Hi Capricorn, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Your key to the week this week is the Fool card. New things, new places, new people, but also the reset button. So I know a lot of you have been through a bit of a tumultuous time recently, but this is where it comes to an end because a new cycle is about to begin. This is really great news because it means that there's going to be an influx of new energies that come in, but there's also likely to be a lot of new thoughts and new ideas that are coming to you at this time. I would say as well, this is probably a week where your perspective on something is going to shift profoundly, and you might have a moment where you kind of feel like, wow, okay, you know what, I'm totally at a different precipice with this, or I'm at a different understanding. Remember, the Fool card represents the energy of the Fool. And obviously, because it's the Fool card, Raph, jeez. Sometimes when I hear myself talk, I'm just like, oh God, somebody please help me. All jokes aside, right, the energy of the Fool, when you think about the old, like the kings of old, the Fool card was the Fool or the Jester, the court jester, was the only person in the entire kingdom that could mock the king openly, or queen, or emperor, or empress, or whatever. They could mock them openly and get away with it. This speaks to this idea, or the archetypal energy of the Fool card, where it's all things and no things, where it will speak to things that not just anybody can or will. And sometimes this card is about truly, yes, you could say the same thing of the Hanged Man, but more so with the Fool. This is about changing your perspective by inverting your reality. And this is why the Fool card can literally represent an extremely wise person or a very foolish one. And so this week, the message is you're seeing something from a very different perspective. This might be something that you have thought of or believed your entire life, and then in a moment of pure destiny, I might add, because it's the Fool card, something shifts or changes and you're just kind of like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy, like you know, my whole life I believed this, and now this one piece of information has come in and it's completely rewritten how I see something, and more importantly, how I experience something on a very visceral level. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, you have, I've already talked about that, Raph. If you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. For your actions and options, you have the King of Pentacles. So in some way, shape or form, you show up as yourself this week, right? Whether you're a man or a woman, however you identify, is irrelevant. The King of Pentacles, because it's a Pentacles card, represents an archetype or an element of you. Something about you is shifting this week. For some of you, this could be a week where you're getting a promotion. For others, this could be where you're seeing or experiencing your material world in a very different way. There's a breakthrough here. For a lot of you, this is going to be a moment where you kind of look around and say, wow, this is happening right now. You might need to pinch yourself for it. What this also suggests as well is when it comes to your finances, your money and your resources, there is a big upswing or an uptick in this for you in some way, shape or form. What I will also say is some kind of idea or enterprise, or maybe money-making enterprise comes good this week. All right, like you have the Midas touch this week, so use it. For your communications and conversations, you got the World card. So look at this, you've got the Fool and the World. This is full circle stuff. This is something coming to fruition, something coming good, something that you've probably worked really hard at, expecting not very great results, and all of a sudden it starts to cash out. This is like one of those moments where, I don't know if you ever played the coin slots. You know, sometimes it happens, it's very rare, but every so often you go, you know, you put one coin in and you just, it just gushes and you're like, okay, what happened? Luck of the draw. This isn't just about luck of the draw. This is about something that you already put a sustained effort behind now starts to give its goods. Now you start to see that finish line. Now you start to see that light at the end of the tunnel. When it comes to those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, for some of you, you could be taking on a new course this week or deciding to embark on a new learning journey that is going to take you and your career to the next level, right? So let's say, oh my gosh, I don't know, what's an example? Let's say you decide to take an accounting course. I don't know why, I've got this thing in my mind at the moment about people taking accounting courses. I don't know who it is out there that is taking this or thinking about taking it, but if you're getting this message and you've been umming and ahhing about pushing the button, please just bloody do it, because it's been driving me mad for the last 3 days. So whoever is out there that needs to hear this, if you're thinking about taking an accounting course but you've been on the fence about it, or there's somebody that you know that is in that space, this message is for them. Tell them to push the damn button. For those of you that are in academics already, this could be a moment where you can finally see what graduation is actually going to look like for you, and it could be wonderful. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, that's promotion. Like literally there's no other way to say it. You've got the King of Pentacles, which on its own is a card of promotions. You've got the World card underneath the Fool card as well. So this might come like, yes, you've worked for it, but it might come very much kind of like, okay, this is happening. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, I love this energy for you, because it suggests that you're either landing among a new group of what feels like your peers, or you're reaching a new community of some sort that brings you a whole host of new clients, new resources, new revenue, new resources that you can tap into, and new networks that you can tap into in order to enhance the the revenue that you're creating. When it comes to those of you that are retired and no longer working for any reason, honestly, I think this is you guys really working on your physical self, like your actual body. And I feel like for a lot of you, you're doing this with a professional. Because it's the King of Pentacles, it's likely to be like a chiropractor, an osteopath, physical therapist, manual therapist, all of that kind of stuff. Somebody that is learned and practiced, but in the very physical side of health. When it comes to your love and relations, you've got the Seven of Cups. So look, I'm going to be honest with you, partnership, relationship, this is not a week to add more. Just because everything else is going really well, this is not a week to add anything to the relationship. This might actually be a week where you take something off the plate and say, you know what, everything else is going so good. Do you want to go out for a date night? You know, like make time, make space for your partner this week where there's no other interference, there's no kids, there's no cut all out, right? All of the noise, even the celebration stuff. Yes, it's wonderful, exciting, bring it in, you know, and I always say this to everybody in my family. They're always a bit like, what is he talking about? Like, whenever something good happens, I always say you have to welcome in your blessings, right? So if one of my sisters or friends or whatever gets a promotion, I'll be the first person that's like, where are we going to celebrate? When are we having drinks? When are we having dinner? Yes, there's the social element of it to celebrate that person, but that's you signaling to the universe, I want more of these things. And when you give them to me, I am truly grateful. So when your blessings show up this week, invite them in, welcome them in, make space for that thing that you know, that has come into your life. When it comes to those of you that are single, I've got to be honest with you, this is a week where there are potentials to meet somebody, but quite frankly, the Seven of Cups speaks to things and people that are liars. So I would just be really conscious about whether you put yourself in a certain situation with somebody. And then the other way that this could show up is you could literally just be spoiled for choice. You could have too many options, and it's kind of, because there's too many, you end up choosing none. And then finally, for your money and materials, you have the Seven of Pentacles. What do we see? You've got two sevens. Two sevens represents news. And the news is that you're being promoted. The news is that your career or your business is being furthered in some way. Seven of Pentacles is about patience, hard work, and virtue. The fact that you've got this in your money and materials, you're getting a payout or some kind of pay rise due to the hard work that you've already put in. Seven of Pentacles with the World card. This is efforts that's already been done, that's already been sustained, that now starts to pay out. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is going to be your neck, your throat, and you've got a double hit of this energy this week, and specifically in the stuff that represents you. The King of Pentacles is actually the sign of Taurus. The Seven of Pentacles is also Taurus energy. So you've got a double hit of this. Taurus rules the neck, the throat, and the bottom part of the jaw. You have to look after your throat, your voice, and your thyroid this week. I'm not a doctor. I can't give you medical advice or diagnose anything, but these are the areas of self that you really want to look after this week. All right. And then when it comes to the home and environment, the hard work pays off. I just really feel like this is one of those weeks where you can kind of go, yeah. All right, with that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.